said a thing all day. So at what point do we get to jump on his case is what I want to know. Oh, you have a slide presentation? No?
We would have the last meeting, but he wasn't here, you know.
Right, yeah, his last meeting he ducked out, right?
While we're moving to retention and recruitment, I'd like to ask Don Wilson to come up here and get a presentation ready. Don King, I'm sorry.
I think you're set right there with the.
I told him to give me a wave when.
Okay, good.
Are you gonna forward through slides?
No, just the video. If you could make it full screen.
Okay, thank you, Don. Jim Ripley, Chairman of the Retention and Recruitment Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm not sure what we're doing at this point because it's not on my agenda. Am I recognizing Shane? Okay, all right. As my first exercise as chairman of the Retention and Recruitment Committee, I would like to recognize Shane Hall, who is the coordinator of the Moment of Freedom program.
Thank y'all very much. As some of you know, I've been down and out for quite a while, but the program has moved on quite well. It seems like to me every time that I end up having surgery or cancer shows up again, we end up raising lots of dollars. So not to say that I want cancer ever again, but if we can keep raising that kind of money, I'll be happy. So we ended up last year, I don't know if I even reported on this, but last year I was in the hospital and come out of surgery, and 2 days later we raised $10,000 for the Moment of Freedom project. This year I got through with chemo and radiation, and we raised a little over, I think it was a little over 8,000, almost 10,000 again. Don Hossey has been my wheel man since all this has been going on, and I'm telling you, if it weren't for him, there's a lot of this we couldn't have got done. But we did work hard, and a lot of the blinds have been built. I now have 6 blinds sitting at Hohenwald, Tennessee, that have been built and donated for us. Also, 2 portables have been built. Of course, a lot of you know that it takes a lot of money to put on a program like this. Traders are not cheap. Materials are not cheap. Blinds are not cheap. Thank goodness we have good partners. We have good sponsors. We have a good backing. People believe in this program. If you don't believe me, I got a video I want to show you. Some of you have seen this video before, but what makes this video more meaningful than anything is the gentleman that wrote this song, sang this song, and recorded this song. Called me this time last year. I was in Nashville at the hospital. He wrote this song on the way back from Oklahoma. Saw the video and wrote the song. He came directly to the hospital, brought his guitar in, sat down, shut the door, and he sang this song to me. So they went into studio with Tim McGraw's band and studio band and George Jones's backup singers, and they recorded the song for us at no charge. So got to give Jason Harmon a lot of props for this. He put a hell of a video together. It's touching. It's really touching. So without further ado, I want to show you this video, please.
Times it's been a dream of mine, sitting right here watching that sunrise. Now I see the light, oh Lord. There's an 8-point buck, fresh teal rose. My, how the Tennessee morning glows. I can hear the frogs, crickets, and the crows. Picture a world not bound by any chain. Now that's a road that can lead anywhere. Grab a 2-wheel ride just to get the chance to live again. As a healer, man, now that's for sure. Making memories that never leave home. Living in a moment of freedom. Oh, freedom. If we all give back a little at a time, leave no man, woman, or child behind, there's a whole new world waiting right out there. Grab your two-wheel ride, four-wheel drive, we'll spend all day today outside, enjoying the wild and great outdoors. Loving every minute that I can just to get the chance to live again. As a healer, man, now that's for sure. Making memories that will never leave home. Living in a moment of freedom. Making memories that will never leave home. Living in a moment of freedom. Oh, I said freedom.
That video has been touched a lot of people across the country. We're still getting folks coming in from actual Kentucky, Missouri, Illinois. They're actually coming into Tennessee to hunt. Duck hunting is one of the biggest things for them right now, just because they really don't have the type of accessibility and opportunities that we provide them through the Moment of Freedom, like we do through the Moment of Freedom here in Tennessee. The TWRA has garnered so much more respect through this program, and even the commission, that it has reached all the way to California and Oregon. The Facebook page has blown up over the last week, and we're gaining strength every day. The problem is that it takes a lot of money to do this, and I can get out and fundraise every day, and I do. I do it. I'm always fundraising. My wife tells me I'm the best politician in the world, but I disagree, because if I can't reach, my goal of $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 every 2 or 3 months, and I feel like I've let the program down. But I dig in deep, and I keep going, and I keep going, I keep going, and we make these dreams a reality. To be able to see that first turkey or that first bugling elk in East Tennessee would be phenomenal for a child that's never been able to enjoy it. So, that being said, I've been working with Mark, and I think we're going to Tellico next week. I believe we're going to be the first in the state, and actually probably the second in the country, to have the first fully wheelchair accessible trout stream fishing for wheelchairs. And that's been a dream of mine for a long time, and I've never trout fished a day in my life, but I know a lot of kids and a lot of adults that are in chairs that would love to trout fish. This would be a dream come true, and he has worked very hard on this for me, for the program. The next thing is I want to put a wildlife viewing tower at Hatfield Knob for wheelchair accessibility. How I'm going to do that, I don't know. But with the good Lord's grace and planning and engineering, we might be able to do it. But anyway, that's about all I've got. Like I said, we've raised some money, and I think we hit $8,000, $9,000, and we're getting ready to put more things into use. We just sent our first permanent blind to East Tennessee, so East Tennessee now has their first permanent blind over there. So we're picking up all the rest of the blinds Tuesday of next week, all of those from Hohenwald, and get those delivered out just as soon as we can. So with that said, that's about all I got. I thank you for your time and your support. Your support means a lot. So thank y'all very much.
Shane, thank you for the wonderful job you're doing. And we appreciate your efforts very much. Who did you say put the video together?
Jason Harmon put the video
All right.
together.
Well, it's tremendous.
He did a great
Very-
job. He
Very
sure did.
touching, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention Harold Cannon and Harold's complete commitment to this program and spearheading it as he did. So we're very appreciative of that. We thank you. Are there any questions or comments from the commission?
Question, Jim.
Yes, sir.
The trout fishing, just curious, how does that work?
Well, it's the way we have got it figured out. It can be 2 or 3 different areas that we set aside for a wheelchair accessibility, or it could also be a half a mile to a mile up or downstream with single point entry wheelchair ramp, wheelchair piers going in, so that they can fish up or down river. Kind of the same scenario of putting on your hip boots or waders and being able to walk out in the stream, fish left-handed, right-handed, up or downstream. So it would probably go half a mile or something like that. So, and it would be all wheelchair accessible parking, and it would be only wheelchair accessible fishing only.
So what is the cost of that?
Oh my goodness, Mark.
I'm Mark Thurman. I'm the Fisheries Program Manager in Region 3, working with Shane on this project. Right now, we're in the very early stages of figuring out where we can put sites. We're working cooperatively with the Forest Service up at Tellico. Got 2 good sites identified right now, and looking at others and looking towards trying to create that fishing experience. So try to provide a couple different sites. Probably start with 2 sites and build from there. We don't have a cost yet, but hopefully we'll have that soon. Like I said, working with the Forest Service to work through their processes of getting the areas, what leeway we have there. But yeah, we want to come up with something that allows somebody to experience stream fishing from a chair. So we're headed that way.
Yeah, and my thoughts on that are is that, you know, the costs can be actually spread out. I mean, we can find partners, hopefully, and I'm sure we can. You know, I don't know, not to name any names, but I mean, there could be, you know, different stream or fishing GNOs that would come in and actually, you know, want to pay for or help pay for something like that.
Establish what we need and how many sites we can get in place. We'll have that idea of what the cost is. There may be some needs for some special engineering for some of these sites. So we're really kind of breaking new ground. There's a handful of sites in the country that provide stream fishing access, and we want to create something unique. And there's definitely nothing in the terrain like we're going to be dealing with. We're going to make a field trip next week and let Shane take a look at the terrain and get an idea of, you know, kind of what we need to have in place. So we're working on it.
And everything will be ADA compliance all the way through, of course. And then, and Harold, I'm sorry that we keep looking at you every time we say engineer. We need engineers' help. So,
Oh, I did.
you know,
I'll be there.
All right. All right.
Shane, you mentioned that the elk viewing area. What would you need up there? Just a ramp to?
no, the grade is too steep for us, even for anyone to push someone in a wheelchair up through there. It's rocky. It's ground's unstable. You know, not unstable, but it's just unlevel ground. There's no way someone in a wheelchair could get up there, not without a lot of help. You know, I was fortunate enough to go up, you know, and to view it and to be able to see everything on the Ranger, so I could actually get to the site and be able to know what I was looking at, that I could make work, and I can make it work. The gentleman that oversees that, I mean, we've sat and he and I even talked about it last year, that this could be, you know, this could be a mark that no one else has at, you know, anywhere. You know, and I smile, but it's just, you know, it's amazing at the feats that we've made in just 2, you know, going on the 3rd year. I mean, we have we have jumped over these mountains that nobody thought we would do, and it's phenomenal. I smile every time I see Zeke Kimbry there in his chair having the best days of his life, you know, and not knowing if that young'un is going to live, you know, another 3 to 6 months or 20 years. But he's having the time of his life, and that's what it's all about.
Commissioner Cox.
Is the video available on DVD or just YouTube or?
It's on YouTube. It's on TN Wildcast, and it's also on momentofreedom.org website.
All right, are there any other comments? Commissioner Baker.
Thank you, Shane. For what you're doing is outstanding. But another thing I want to talk about while we're under retention and recruitment, I'll pass this down, hand that down through there so every commissioner can look at it. What I'm sending you is my cousin got this card. He hunts in Canada every year, and they give him a basically like his hunter education card is like a credit card, and it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot more durable than our existing small plastic card that we get right now. That a lot of people get brittle over time and they break and stuff rubs off of them. I think we ought to, as a commission, look at the way that we make our hunter education cards. I think we ought to look at the way we do our boat registrations, maybe come up with a more permanent system than some of those little plastic cards. I know I put 2 or 3 of them in there, and I understand, speaking with Chris and Ed, that they're working on that right now. Just something I wanted to bring up while we're on recruitment and retention. I think it'd be better for all our hunter fishermen and all our boat owners to be a better product for us as an agency. Also, when we go to check somebody, we can, you know, even if it's war, if it's got those numbers on it, we can take lead and put a pencil across it, and we can call that number back in, and we could actually read something. Our officers could read something to read back to dispatch to check a computer record.
So are we working on looking at the feasibility of that?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. We'll look for a report back on that sometime in the future.
You see what I'm saying?
If there are no comments from the public at this point, Director Carter?
I just real quickly wanted to mention, well, back to Commissioner Baker, we are, as a matter of fact, there'll be 2 or 3 different options, I believe, and both of those, it may be several months away yet because we've got to go through all the contracting thing, but yeah, absolutely, exactly what he's talking about, I think will be available pretty soon. I did it. Sorry, Frank. Back to the moment of freedom real quickly. I just wanted to say, you know, when Commissioner Cannon, first of all, Shane issued the challenge. Commissioner Cannon took it up for the commission, and we started the program going, and we were looking if anybody else wanted to partner. The National Wild Turkey Federation said, man, we'd like to be a part of this, and they jumped in and have been great partners since this thing began. I don't know, did you pass out any of those brochures, Shane? In the Turkey magazine, it goes out nationwide. They've had a whole big article about Moment of Freedom in it, what's going on in Tennessee. Their latest brochures that they have Tennessee as a cooperating partner with the Turkey Federation. So a lot of those things were going on. And last of all, Shane kind of glazed over. When I get a cold, I really slow down. Shane has had way more than a cold over the last 2 years, and I can't tell you how many times I've talked to him while he's still in the hospital or while he's at home just getting through treatments or whatever, and all he talks about is what he's going to do next, how he's going to push the program forward and where it is. So we owe Shane a really big thank you for not letting up and for persevering when a lot of us were giving up a long time ago, but the program was alive and well, and in no part thanks to Shane. I mean, in large part thanks to Shane for all he's done.
What a tremendous thing, and Shane, we really, really do appreciate you. Any further comments from the commission or the public? If not, hand it back to you, Chairman Bledsoe.
Thank you, Chairman Ripley. In the interest of time and prior commitments that we have, I'd like to ask Chairman Cannon to roll his budget committee presentation to tomorrow.
No problem.
Thank you very much. This time, is there any other comments from the commission? Director Carter, do you have any further comments?
Be brief here. First of all, the commission and staff's been invited to a tour to Riverfront this evening. We'll be leaving the hotel for those that want to ride somewhere around 5 p.m. And otherwise, we need to be down there between 5:15 and 5:30 at the latest for those people who are going on the tour. The other thing, I think in front of you, we put out a brochure that showed this, well, it's a dedication, and I didn't know how much it would copied off, but this next Saturday, we're on I guess that's the 24th. We're having a dedication of Blackman Fork Wildlife Management Area. It's 411 acres on the Scenic River there, the Blackman Fork Scenic River. It's a beautiful piece of property. We'll be dedicating that from 11 to 2. It's about 15 miles north of the interstate there at Cookville. There'll be a lunch served at about noon. It's open to the public, and we certainly encourage all the commissioners that can to make that and be a part of that dedication. It's in cooperation with the Tennessee Parks and Greenways Foundation, who helped put that together. You talking to me?
No, we have a special guest out in the hallway there. If she'll come in. What's her name?
Lily.
Lily. Lily, will you come in just a minute?
Will you come in and say hi to us?
This is Lily T.
She's quicker than her dad used to be. That kind of sounded like Tag. You talking to me? I didn't mean it that way. But
Here comes
there's
Mr. Everett.
And there's his Everett. Hi, Everett. Anyway, you have the
Ashley,
information
we
in
see
front
you
of
out there too. We've recognized everybody else in the family.
Pets and kids will upstage you every time. I've found this.
Come on in, Mom. Come on in, Mom.
That's all I had, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to make sure the Parks and Greenways Foundation, who is sponsoring this event, and put it together. But it's a dedication to WMA from Region 3. It'll be a great event. Hope you can be there.
Thank you, Director Carter. Thank you for bringing the kids in, Miss Ashley. Is there anything else from the audience to be brought before the commission?
Shane has these. If anybody got some, I've got them.
Okay. Thank you, Shane. And again, we really, really appreciate what you do, and it just blows us away how much you can get done. I mean, we're proud of you. John Mayer, you want to come up? State your name and your business.
John Mayer. I'm here about the social this evening. For staff, you go back to your hotel and change, get comfortable. You can walk to the waterfront. It's just about a block. So, but for the commission, I'll have a bus out front momentarily.
Too old to walk.
That's all I had, Commissioner.
Thanks, sir. It's 5 o'clock.
The bus gonna leave at 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anything else to be brought before the commission?
I think you've been upstaged, buddy.
If nothing else, we stand adjourned till 9 a.m. in the morning.